If you're trying to get into cybersecurity, most beginners start in completely the wrong place. They jump straight into hacking tools, chase a random certification, or pick a specialization way too early because some roadmap online told them to become a cloud pen tester, SOC analyst, malware analyst, and threat hunter all at the same time. That's why so many people feel stuck. Cybersecurity is not hard because there's no path. It's hard because there are too many paths, and most people start at the top instead of building the base first. So in this video, I want to give you a practical roadmap. No degree required, no fake promises, and no just get this cert and you'll get hired nonsense. Just the stuff that actually helps you build momentum from zero. Hi guys, my name is Royden and I work as a cybersecurity professional in Melbourne, Australia, and I've mentored a lot of people get into the cybersecurity domain. If you also want to get into cybersecurity, then follow this channel and hit me up on LinkedIn. The link is going to be in the description of this video. Let's start where almost everyone should start, the foundations. When people say they want to learn cybersecurity, what they usually mean is they want to learn security tools, but security tools only make sense if you understand the systems they are protecting. So before you obsess over SIEMs, vulnerability scanners, or red team labs, spend time on three things: networking, Linux, and databases. Networking is non-negotiable. If you don't understand how devices communicate, how IP addressing works, how DNS, DHCP, routing, ports, protocols, and firewalls work, then a lot of cybersecurity is just going to feel like memorizing random terms. You need to understand traffic before you can actually secure traffic. For most general cybersecurity beginners, I recommend the CompTIA Network Plus over the CCNA. And that's not because CCNA is bad, CCNA is excellent. It's just more specialized and more Cisco heavy. If your goal right now is to build a broad cybersecurity foundation, then Network Plus gives you the concepts you actually need without pulling you too much into the deep network engineering end. Later, if you decide you want to specialize in networking, network security, or infrastructure, then CCNA becomes a very strong next step. But at the beginning, Network Plus makes more sense for most people. Then Linux. You do not need to become a Linux admin overnight, but you should be comfortable in the terminal. Navigating directories, managing files, checking processes, editing config files, reading logs, understanding permissions. That stuff totally matters. Linux is everywhere in security. The sooner it stops feel intimidating, the better it is. And finally, databases. This gets skipped way too often. You don't need to become a database engineer, but you should understand what tables are, how queries work, what CRUD operations are, and why data structure matters. It helps with application security, logging, investigations, web security, and even just understanding how systems store and retrieve information. If you want structured learning for those fundamentals, I've linked courses in the description, so do check it out. Now, once you've got the base forming, the next step is hands-on labs. This is where things start to click. Because cybersecurity is one of those fields where passive learning has a ceiling. You can watch videos all day, take notes, highlight textbooks, but until you build something, break something, and configure something, you are not going to learn. Hands-on labs matter because they give you context to everything you're learning. Firewalls stop being abstract when you actually configure them. Logs make more sense when you generate the activity yourself. Detection becomes more real when you can see what normal and abnormal behavior actually looks like. If you're trying to break into cybersecurity, one of the biggest upgrades you can make is getting out of purely theoretical learning and into real hands-on practice. That means working with actual systems, learning how to secure them, break them, monitor them, as well as rebuild them. This video is sponsored by PrivateAlps, a Swiss privacy-first hosting provider that's been around since 2019. They offer infrastructure for people who want more control, whether that's a VPS, a dedicated server, or heavier setups for more advanced workloads. The reason they stand out is because they focus heavily on privacy and ownership. No KYC, no logs, and infrastructure they own and operate in Switzerland. They're running out of a tier 4 data center with 1 Tbps network and DDoS protection. If you want to access PrivateAlps, just open a browser and go to privatealps.net. When you're there, you can see how their entire system is built on privacy and security, as well as reliability, confidentiality. They've got a global network operating out of different regions worldwide. And finally, if you want to build security labs, they've also got a Kali Linux VPS product. You just go to products and Kali Linux. On there, you can see the different types of pricing models as well. If you want to build labs, host projects, or just start learning in a more realistic environment, check them out with my link below. Now, users get 10% of all services and 15% off bare metal. Start with labs you actually follow and finish. On this channel, I've already got 4 home labs that are perfect for the next step. The SafeLine web application firewall tutorial, the PFSense Network Firewall tutorial, the Area Junior SOC Analyst Home Lab using AI agents, and the Wazo Home SIEM Lab with file integrity monitoring. And to make this more fun, I'm doing a giveaway. $100 to one lucky winner. To enter, do one of these 4 labs and tag me on LinkedIn before March 22nd. Also, don't ignore beginner platforms. TryHackMe is still one of the best ways to get guided hands-on practice without needing to build everything from scratch on day one. They've got free beginner-friendly content and free tier options, which is ideal when you're just starting and trying not to get overwhelmed. Now, after foundations and labs, let's talk certifications, because yes, certifications do matter, but only when you use them correctly. If you're starting from scratch, the CompTIA Security Plus is still one of the most recognized entry-level cybersecurity certs, especially from an HR and recruiter perspective. It's not everything and it won't replace hands-on skills, but it is one of the few certifications that regularly shows up in job descriptions and actually helps signal baseline knowledge. For starting, one option I genuinely like is Zero to Mastery. I've done the course myself and it's a solid way to work through Security Plus in a structured way. Another good option is Professor Messer, especially if you prefer a more traditional free learning path. One thing I do like though about Zero to Mastery is specifically the Discord and streak system. That sounds small, but consistency is the real battle for most beginners. It's not usually lack of intelligence, it's losing momentum. Having community and a visible streak can genuinely keep you going. Beyond Security Plus, there are a few other things worth looking at. ISC2 Certified in Cybersecurity is a good beginner-friendly cert if you want another foundational credential. TryHackMe also has Sec 101, and there's a 40% discount code in the description if you want a more practical, platform-based way to build security fundamentals. And then there's CCDL1 from Cyber Defenders. I reviewed it on the channel already, and I think it's especially relevant if you're leaning towards defensive security and detection work. There's also a 50% discount on CCDL1, and I'm giving away 3 free vouchers if you repost this video to LinkedIn and tag me. Now here's the part that a lot of people miss. If you have no degree and no experience, you need evidence of progress. That means documenting what you're learning publicly. LinkedIn, GitHub, a simple portfolio, even short write-ups of labs you've completed. This stuff matters because it gives people something real to look at. Not just I'm passionate about cybersecurity, but actual proof that you've been learning, building and finishing things as well. Post screenshots of your home lab, write a short breakdown of what you've configured, share a GitHub repository with your notes, scripts, or diagrams. Talk about what confused you and what you fixed. That kind of public documentation can separate you from people who only consume content and never, I repeat, never produce anything. And one more thing, do not choose a specialization way too early. Beginners constantly ask, should I do blue team, cloud, web app security, SOC, networking, pen testing? The answer is not yet. Build strong fundamentals first. Learn how systems talk, how Linux works, how logs work, how app uses data, how security controls fit together. Once you've spent time doing that, your interests will become cleaner naturally. Maybe you enjoy analyzing logs and detections. Maybe you love infrastructure. Maybe web security. Maybe networking becomes your thing down the track. But if you specialize too early, you usually end up with gaps, and that will slow you down later. So the roadmap is simple. Start with networking, Linux, and databases. Use structured learning if you need it. Courses are going to be in the description. Go check them out. For networking, do the Network Plus first and save CCNA for later. If you want to then later go deeper into networking, then get on with hands-on labs, use the tutorials on this channel, use TryHackMe, build environments, and start touching real systems. Along with that, side by side, use certifications strategically. Security Plus, ISC2 Certified in Cybersecurity, Sec 1, CCDL1, all of those great certifications can definitely help you get hired. That's how you go from being an overwhelmed beginner to someone with actual direction. Not overnight, not in some unrealistic 30-day transformation, but step by step in a way that adds up. If you want, start with one lab from this channel this week itself. Post your progress on LinkedIn and tag me. That's already more useful than spending another month watching roadmap videos and going absolutely nowhere. I've also got a free cybersecurity roadmap that literally documents everything that I've just spoken about in the description. Download it. It's got all the resources linked in that PDF file as well. I'm 100% sure it's definitely going to help you. If you like this video, drop a like, comment what you think about the videos I make on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, I've also got other videos like my SOC analyst roadmap, which should be on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.